Hi, I'm Don TECSON, and I am having a wonderful Alberni Valley experience. Hello, welcome to another episode of the WAVE, the wonderful Alberni Valley experience. I'm your host, Don TECSON, coming to you from the unceded territories of the Hoopichesit and the Shot peoples here in the lovely Port Alberni, where we live, love, and play. And of course, my co-host Carol Ann is with us.
Hi, Dawn. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's nice to be back.
All right. Today we have a very special guest from the Uptown Merchants Association, which Carol Ann is very actively involved in. And we're going to be talking about things that are coming up in the Uptown, up with the Uptown. So I will let Carol Ann introduce our guests.
All right, so we have Chris Washington, and she is a business owner in the Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
She has two businesses in the Uptown. And we have Leona, and I'm going to say your last name wrong, so I'm going to let you pronounce it.
Horvath.
Horvath. Horvath.
Yeah.
And she runs one of our financial institutions in the Uptown, a very active financial institution, I must say, that does a lot for
Well,
the
I
Uptown.
dare say the best bank in Canada, especially their colors. I love their colors. And hence I wear a hint of blue. All right, so let's start off with the Uptown Merchants Association. What is UMA all about?
Well, it is the Uptown Merchants Association,
Uh-huh.
and we represent the Uptown, which is quite large. I will let Chris tell us after where that all involves. We get together, we meet, we support each other, we do things together. We're just a really great supportive group. We stick together. We need that in the Uptown.
Mhm.
So maybe Chris could just tell us how large our area is, because I always get it wrong.
The Uptown actually is a really large area. It starts down at the bottom of the hill, which is Kingsway, comes all the way up the hill till Mar. We include the Harbor Quay, and then it goes up Argyle until 8th Avenue. So we have a pretty substantial area. A lot of that area is residential, but a lot of businesses in this area as well.
So as far as I can understand, so you have been in Port Alberni for quite a while, born and raised, right?
I was born and raised.
Mhm. And so is Carol Ann.
Yes, I've moved out twice, but ended up back here in 2015 again to stay.
Yeah.
Met the love of my life and started working in the Uptown area and loved it.
Wasn't it like similar to your story?
Yeah,
You moved away, met the love of your
came
life,
back.
and came back.
Yeah.
But new to the Uptown is our award-winning bank manager, Leona. So I want her to tell her story of her wonderful Alberni Valley experience in the Uptown.
Sure. So my family, I'm married into the McKinnon clan, so there are a lot of McKinnons here in Port Alberni. And for those of you who actually have lived here a long time, you'll remember McKinnon Dairy. So my grandpa was John, the milkman in town. So they are a very strong family. I think there's like 250 cousins that come
Wow.
from that clan. So it's
A whole
amazing,
clan.
big family. Yeah. So I did marry into that, and I'm very close
We won't hold that against
with
you.
my mother-in-law, Maureen.
Just kidding.
Yeah, no, right?
No, I
So we used to come here all the time. So I spent a lot of time coming to see Grandma and Grandpa. But for me, I live in Nanaimo, so I commute every day into the valley to look after my team.
Okay.
For our
Awesome.
clients.
And Leona is a huge part of the Uptown Merchants Association. The first time we've actually ever had a bank that's been involved.
And
Oh,
really
yeah.
involved.
And really involved. She gets her staff out. They help out every week.
Yeah, she was
With
the one
the
who wrote me
market.
into doing the coldest night of the year or something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So what is your experience? So I'm coming to you from a fresh perspective. You weren't originally from Port Alberni, and you up to this day. When are you moving to Port Alberni?
Well, I wish. You know, it's that family life commitment, right?
Mhm.
So I have family in Ladysmith that we help out, and my mom is just 5 minutes away. So hard to leave that, and 2 children that still live at home. So it's not anytime soon. But I have a Prius, so I use that. So it's not so bad for us, for sure.
Yeah, so prior to coming to Port Alberni, you were in Nanaimo and then Parksville for a while, and then you came to Port Alberni. Because I interviewed Leona some time ago when COVID was, at its height, and there were no personal meetings available. I did interview through Zoom,
Mhm.
and we discussed like how you fell in love with Port Alberni, how much you love Port Alberni, how much Port Alberni has indeed become a wonderful Alberni Valley experience for you. And now with your involvement with the Uptown. So tell us more about the Uptown. How does the Uptown contribute to the wonderful Alberni Valley experience?
Well, the Uptown is, and I'm probably going to get this wrong and you're going to hear about it, but to me it's the more historical area of Port Alberni.
Okay.
We've got a lot of old buildings that businesses have moved into and refurbished themselves even, because a lot of the buildings in the Uptown area actually owned by outside landlords. Like mine, for instance, is from Vancouver. But when I first came here in 2015 and started working with Anne, she had a fantastic business, and it was in the Uptown, and I just loved it. I fell in love with it. And when the opportunity came to buy that business, I did not hesitate. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm looking for some salt and pepper shakers, please.
Okay, come on down this way. So this is a really good product right here. It's got a lifetime warranty. It's got a carbon steel grinder. It's going to last for a long time.
Fantastic. I'll take a set, please.
Hi, I'm Chris Washington, and I'm the owner of Flandangles Kitchen Gifts and Gibson's Fine Linens. We've been servicing the Alberni Valley for over 42 years. We love what we do, and we believe it shows. So come on down and see us today, and we can show you the myriad of things we have in our store. Do not hesitate at all. And really the
And you've been in
economy-
business for 40 plus years, right?
The business has been there, it's been 42 years in the Alberni Valley. So and that was another thing, we didn't want to see it disappear. We've had so many fantastic businesses here that the owners have transitioned and retired and they couldn't sell it, so they've just closed the doors. We really didn't want to see that happen. So we took it on and became part of the Uptown community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Leona, how long has your bank, I can't say your bank, but for the sake of propriety, how long has your bank been here?
So we've been in this location for 75 years.
Wow, really?
It's
Were you
amazing.
ahead of the other banks? Were you the first bank here in Port
I
Alberni?
think that there was a race to get a branch open, and I'm sorry, I can't remember which bank beat us by one day or something. Back in like the early 1900s when they first came. So our branch was located in another location. And so, yeah, there was a contest between these two banks to get to Port Alberni first.
And you've been in that location for that long, right?
No, 75 years
Oh,
in this location.
That is a long
Before
time.
that, it was in another location.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the centennial celebration.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I'll be retired by then, Dawn. Pretty sure.
All right. So I'm curious, like what was your impression when you first met these two business women?
Oh, it's so exciting to have people that are so dynamic and passionate about their businesses, and women in business in particular, right?
Yeah.
That everybody supports everybody. So I felt so welcomed when I first came in, and just all the time learning from you guys and learning more about the community and how impressive it is, right?
Well, and I think for the most part, the Uptown merchants, we do stick together. I mean,
Mhm.
not every business in the Uptown, like in our whole area, belong to the Uptown Merchants
Mhm.
Association, but most do. And like we do, it's been hard with COVID. We've
Yeah.
had a couple meetings, but we used to meet all the time and
Once a month.
have a coffee and just chat, get to know each other. Like it's a good, we had a Christmas right before COVID. We did a Christmas gathering. All of the merchants were invited. We went to Brie and Barrel, and we had appies and got to know each other on a different level. And we will definitely be doing that again this Christmas. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and during Christmas I can see like the streets are lit up and the shops are open a little more later,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and we always organize some sort of event for Christmas. And
Mhm.
Midnight Madness, we're not open till midnight, but we do a Midnight Madness at least once during the holiday season for shopping, so that customers that are working till 5 o'clock can come up afterwards, and we all
And Santa.
decide whether we want to do specials. Last year Carol Ann hosted Santa and
Mhm.
had pictures taken, and yeah, it's
Well, speaking of events, I know there's something coming up in July.
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 So tell us about that. Who wants to tell us about that?
Well, Carol Ann really spearheads this one because she was on the chamber and was involved in a couple of markets in the community. And we're always looking at something to bring people to our area because for some reason we have a bad rep up here, but there's a lot of awful things going on, which is clearly not true because we have some very successful businesses.
Well, who started the rumor anyway?
Oh.
I shall hunt it down. Okay, so there's a alleged bad reputation,
Yes.
which we are trying hard to correct.
And it's not the case because
Yeah,
I
I
go into work some mornings at 4 or 4:30 in the morning, and
Yeah,
there's
I
not
know.
even a soul outside.
I know
Well,
that. I live here too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're close by. I mean, I leave my store out the back door at 6 o'clock every night. In the winter, it's pitch dark. If there happens to be somebody sitting on my stoop, I say hello and have a good night. Take care of yourself, and never ever been an issue. But we're always trying to find opportunities for things to happen up in the Uptown core. So last year, Carol Ann spearheaded the Uptown Market.
Was that the first time that it happened,
No.
the Uptown Market?
No, we had the market one full year before that the chamber had spearheaded, and I'm not sure of the reasons, but it wasn't extremely successful. And we thought we could do it less expensively and
More
still
fun.
successfully and more fun. And last year it was fantastic. Our first year it took off, so we got to keep it going.
Okay. So basically, who was at the helm of UMA? The three of you? The two of you?
Well, Chris is our president.
Okay.
Chairperson.
Yeah.
I would say we have 4 or 5 core individuals that are at every meeting and make sure they're at every meeting. There's a shoe store up here that their owner is very involved. The ladies that work on the corner of 3rd are generally very involved. Ellen Frood from ACOS is always involved and always trying to help us to learn and grow.
And we have speakers that come to we invite, when something's happening, we invite them to talk at our meetings. Like we've had different people come and talk about things that are
the
happening.
mayor there and
Yeah.
sometimes the police officers when there's concerns going on. And
So aside from the alleged bad reputation, what other problems does UMA, I try to say UMA than UMA.
The Uptown.
The Uptown
the
Group.
Uptown Group.
What other problems does UMA want to sort of like resolve or address?
Well, we don't get a lot of assistance from the city on the 3rd Avenue Uptown. We just have had, thanks to Amy, our garbage cans replaced with these beautiful historic decals on them that are absolutely stunning. We're thrilled about that. Last year, they actually came and power washed the streets
Wow.
every Wednesday before our market started, so that everything
But
was
I'm pretty
clean
sure
and
you had
shiny.
something to do with that, did you know?
Yeah.
I knew somebody that would be able to support us. And Amy, who also went and redid all of the vegetation
Yes.
and made everything look way better.
Yes.
So big kudos to Amy if you're
Yeah.
watching.
She rocks.
Yeah.
We've also we are historically a lot of large buildings up here because we had the Woodwards, we had Zellers, we had Eaton's, we had Woolworths. We still have challenges with trying to attract smaller businesses because there aren't a lot of smaller buildings. Although we just did get a brand new spa Reiki place moved up here, which is fantastic.
Very
Can't
exciting.
wait.
I know.
Yes, she just opened up. Had her soft opening yesterday, I understand.
Yes.
And that's one of our biggest challenges. But we're also I want to say a 4-lane highway.
Feels
4
like-
lanes up here. It doesn't give the area a very close feeling. It's wide open. We get a lot of logging trucks through here that we're really trying to find an alternate route for them. And the city knows that that's an issue, but all this stuff costs money. We all know that.
Yeah.
So those are our biggest challenges, I think.
So the alleged bad reputation, more support from the city. I'm curious about something because I remember you had the Uptown Market last how many years? I think last year or the other year.
Last
year. And it was a time when somebody vandalized the Rainbow Crosswalk, which is part of the Uptown. So at least I can say only Uptown has a Rainbow Crosswalk. Why is that? Anyway, but somebody tried to deface it. And who was responsible for cleaning it up, and was it
Actually,
the
it was the city.
Oh, good for them.
Yes. Yes.
Because it was about to, the mark was about to start, and that's when the incident happened. And before that, they repaired or cleaned up the scuff marks of the rainbow crosswalk.
We are excited about the market though, and
Tell us about the market. So what's happening in the market?
We should get out a little bit of information about it out. So we did it last year, and it will be every Wednesday in July and August.
Okay.
So
the first one will be the first Wednesday of July?
Yes, and it's $15 for a table this year. It went up by $5. But if you book the whole year, like the whole July and August, you will get a discount if you pay for that. We had a lot of vendors last year. They're coming back this year, and I've had vendors that we didn't have that are contacting me. So it's going to be a really good event this year. So we also are looking for buskers or musicians that want to play. They can put their thing out. They usually make pretty good money. And if people are wondering, because I had a lot of people come to me and say, oh, that town must make a lot of money in those markets, that money every week. So where that money goes is insurance, because you can't have a market without being fully insured. And the last Wednesday in August, we have a huge party. So we just celebrate the uptown. We spend all the money that's left on the party. So I'm trying to remember. We had
last year we had
a cupcake walk. We
had free face painting for the kids.
Yeah.
We had kids games, bowling, chalk on the
There was
sidewalks.
karaoke in the street.
There was karaoke in the street.
Of course.
The fancy cars.
The fancy cars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all about celebrating the uptown and realizing that you have this beautiful gem up here.
Yeah.
That people need to come and see. Come and see all the things that we're doing.
And that event is sort of like a showcase of the community spirit of the area.
Right. Absolutely.
And anybody that's interested in having a booth, and it can be anything from a home party to baking, if you have your food safe, to sewing, knitting, jewelry making, wood signs, anything you want to sell that's crafty, to you want to have a garage sale and bring out a couple tables full of stuff from your house to get rid of, you're more than welcome. And you can contact me, either come to the cafe, or you can Facebook the cafe, or you can email me at carol37anne@hotmail.ca, and we would be more than happy to hook you up with a spot.
Did you hear that? Carolyn's one of the rare people who still have a Hotmail email address.
I've had it for over a decade now,
Sorry.
I'm not getting rid of it. I didn't even know there was another option.
Now, Leona, I'd like to ask you from a financial standpoint, from economic standpoint, what do you think of the uptown? Is it coming up? Is it okay? Is it barely getting by from a financial economic standpoint?
Absolutely. I feel that it's up and coming. There are a lot of new businesses that are moving into this week that I know of, for sure. And I think that the dynamics are changing in the area. So even like for our bank, we painted the whole front and made it nice and bright and cheery, and then putting flowers out. Chris, you have flowers out.
Flowers every
Amazing.
Year. Ours are coming.
Caroline, yours, you've got the baskets or the bins.
Yeah,
what do you call it? The planters out at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it makes a huge difference to how people feel when they're in the community, right?
Yeah.
And so that helps with everything. And being able to extra lighting. So we installed extra lighting this year in front of our door. So at nighttime, it's very safe and bright and cheery. And so I think when everybody gets together and starts doing things like that, it changes the environment and it makes it more welcoming. I think too, the Coulson's building, so the windows are all done up.
Yes.
And so they change different times of the year. They change and they do fundraising and donations are made to charitable organizations that.
Yeah, there's this Windows of Hope. Is that what it's called?
Yes, Windows of Hope. Yeah,
Who
absolutely.
can tell us a little bit about the Windows of Hope?
Windows
Yeah.
of Hope. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So what ended up happening is part of our area, it just seemed a little bit dark and a lot of people weren't coming. And so we strategized how we could bring more people to 3rd Avenue. And the idea came to fruition. And I was able to work with the Coulson's group, and they allowed us to use that area. And then I came up with a donation for the charity. So what it is each of the windows is a different charity, in
Mhm.
each of the windows, and they do it up, and then people walking by can go online and vote for the one the best window that they like, and then whoever gets the most votes wins the donation.
And who won the last one?
So the last one was the SPCA. Yes. The SPCA.
Oh, really?
So they won
That's why
$500.
there's so much time on their hands.
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with the SPCA, but
But we're
that's
not
for
gonna do
another
that now.
episode.
So, but really, if you go like at Christmas time, the Christmas trees, we had Santa there, we had the Salvation Army there taking donations. So they got a lot of food out of that and cash donations. Santa was walking up and down and there were pictures being taken. We brought the high school in, so the high school jazz band, they came in and they performed. It was a cold and wet night, but everybody felt warm. It was phenomenal. So we'll do that again this year.
Wow.
Mhm.
So we're looking forward in the uptown events. The major events is the market.
Yes, that's the main event that we have planned.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then there's going to be a Christmas event as well, right?
Well, we do our Christmas shop, which is always a late night shop.
Mhm.
We usually pick a Thursday or a Friday.
Yeah, in
and
November.
we all open late, and
Some of us serve hot chocolate and
Yeah.
do other things. Yeah.
So do you have an idea of how many businesses are in the uptown collectively? Just an estimate?
I haven't got a clue.
Oh, but there's lots.
There's
like,
lots.
you know,
Well, and they're growing.
we have
It's
shops, we have
growing
cafes.
dramatically. I mean, not just in Third Avenue, but if you look down Argyle, we've got 2 new restaurants in the last year and a
Mhm.
half. We've got a new bookstore,
The new spa,
the new spa.
your
yeah.
shop, and
And,
there's a pet shop as well.
a repair guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Appliance
opening.
repair.
Yes,
Yeah.
appliance repair. Yeah, the new spa.
There's a
it's
furniture
happening.
shop here too.
Yeah.
Right, I can't say names, but there's a beautiful furniture shop.
Furniture shop.
There's a great bike store that sells.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah, we
Yes.
have
Yeah,
a huge
a health food store.
store.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I go there a lot.
Yeah.
Both the bike and because I have an e-bike, so the bike and the health food store.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. She was a great addition to the uptown. It's,
Oh, and shoes. There's the beside
Yes.
RBC.
We
Yeah,
have shoes.
we have everything, right? We have consignment, clothes. We have
Yes.
a bookstore, bakery. Like there's everything you could think of. Fine dining, not so fine dining. Like there's
We've got
everything.
the butcher shop. How can we forget the butcher
Oh,
shop
of
right next
course.
to me, which I
Oh,
go
We
to
have a
every day.
cannabis store.
The
My
apparel,
mom's
Cannabis.
favorite
We have
store.
everything.
apparels.
We
as
have
well.
women's clothing.
Mhm.
The thrift stores. There's a few thrift stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one thrift store.
Vintage.
Down
Just
at the
one.
quay, there's a donut shop,
Yeah.
candy store, a bakery.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember not too long
restaurants.
ago there was a night market or something
Yeah, we had a one night market that somebody had.
Yeah.
in a building somewhere. Was the uptown group part of that?
No, I did reach out to her though. They it's my understanding that they have the space and they're going to do something with it. And I told her as soon as you're ready, let me know and you can come join us in the
Oh, there you
uptown.
go.
And yeah, so
Mhm.
No, just looking back a little bit. Looking back, like how was because these are more or less business owners, right? And I have seen, like especially you, Caroline, like how resilient the business owners were in coping with the COVID pandemic. How was that for you, Chris?
Well, we were just talking about that. I really didn't have to change a lot. We closed down for 3 weeks. The customer need was so great that we opened right back up after 3 weeks, only part hours. But it was much more difficult for shops like
Mhm.
Carol Ann's, which are helping
Well, yeah,
to
we
feed
were
the
shut.
community.
like they shut us.
Well, there was a time you had to put
But
that takeout window.
It was hard. It was hard for us because we bought the cafe, and then we did a huge food order.
Mm-hmm.
And the day the food order arrived, we were told we had to shut down.
Oh wow.
So I had to give everything away.
Mhm.
And when you just buy something, you're like, oh. So then we did produce boxes, and then we did a takeout window, and then we did freezer meals, which were so popular, we're still doing them.
Mhm.
You just do what you have to do, right? We kept our takeout window. We still have it if we ever need it, but hopefully we won't. But you just do whatever you have
Yeah.
to do to keep going. But I think all of the
Absolutely.
uptown was really resilient.
Yeah, I
We
know.
all
That was
kept
very
going, right?
amazing. That was quite amazing.
We did home deliveries. People would
Mhm.
order over the phone. We take pictures, send them on, so they see what they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the clothing store down by the quay. Gail, she did an online tour of the store, and I was like, I would like that and that and that, and she would drop them off for me at the cafe while I was in there, and then I would try them on, and then I would take back what I didn't want, and that's the way to go. You have to
you
do
have to
those
be
kind of
resilient.
things. Yeah.
Breaking news! More and more business owners are looking to grow their business using video ads, and they are not wrong. Let me spell it out for you. Visibility, information, demand, entertainment, and overall impact. That's just some of the things a good video ad can do for your business. Book a free consultation today by clicking on the link below, and let's get started. You have to be resilient.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, she did that for me as well.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I did more shopping locally at small businesses with COVID. It really taught me something. Like, an example was, I needed coffee filters. And I thought, well, I could go to I wasn't going to the grocery store at the time. I was just not doing it. I was kind of just using everything I had at home. And I thought, I'm not going to the grocery store. So I went to you. I never would have thought to buy coffee filters from the kitchen store. But you know what? I don't need to go to those big box stores anymore. And I don't now. I'm all about the little guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it did
Yeah, the community itself really stepped up during COVID. And we're starting to see a little bit that wane again, but I think people are starting to travel and all those things. I hope they're not shopping over the hump like they used to, because we have so many, I'm going to use this word, we have a myriad of stores.
Of course.
We have lots of stores in Port Alberni,
absolutely.
and people are actually stunned at how
Yeah.
the nice stores we do have, because they were forced to stay home and look what they had in their own community. And the feedback was just phenomenal. And so the community really stepped up, and I think we all were really appreciative of that as well.
So as far as trends are concerned, like from a financial standpoint, what can you say about the Uptown? Is it doing well, or?
I think it's starting to. I think more stores are opening, more people are realizing what we have here. And so I think the dynamic around that will just keep going up. I think it's very positive. It's on the positive upturn for sure.
Yeah, and we should be getting, I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but the community policing building.
Yes.
I know they've been doing the
They are working
renovations.
hard on it.
Yeah.
They're working
So what's
hard
this
on
again?
it. The community policing building is going to be on 3rd Avenue, just across the,
The side aspect down a bit.
Yeah,
On the other
just
side
down
of
a
the
bit.
gravel
okay.
parking lot. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
forget I can't
So what's
say
that
the name.
about?
Well, it's going to help. It's funny. We're not seeing the issues that we used to have up here on 3rd Avenue anymore. But they wanted to move community policing so that there was a bigger face to stop any of the, what's the word I'm trying
Oh,
to use?
riffraff.
Yeah, riffraff.
It is what it is.
That was happening up here because people were afraid.
Yeah.
Not that there was anything to be afraid of, but just the essence that there was something not great going on. So they wanted to move the building. Well, now they finally are able to get somebody to go in and do the renovations and such. And the issue is it doesn't seem to be as great as it was before. But the community policing is going to be out of that. My understanding is that
Bylaw,
also
right?
the bylaw enforcement is going to be out of that building.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to bring a presence for both the city and police into the area.
I see.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting.
So as far as the business environment is concerned, it's very good. It's very welcoming. It's very promising. We can say that. Right?
We think so. And we work together fantastically. Any new businesses come along, we invite them to join us. I know, for instance, the bookstore, they were brand new, didn't know what to do. Now they're becoming greatly involved with us. A great couple that own that store just had a new baby, which is he's cute as heck. I love babies, by the way. And they're welcome, all welcome in our store anytime.
Even fur babies.
Yep.
I was surprised I could bring in my fur baby into her store.
And I think we're just starting to grow, and I know the city is trying to find some funds to invest up here to make the area nicer. They do planters every summer, which turn out to be absolutely beautiful by August, and then they take them down in September, unfortunately. And they do the planters around the trees, and
It
really
could be
gives it so
improved.
much of a nicer feeling.
Just saying.
And
Yeah.
and the power washing too.
The power
annually.
washing, the new garbage cans.
We get a lot of tourists uptown, and it's funny
Yes.
because people quite often say, "Oh, tourists don't go uptown; they just drive right by Walmart and they go down to Tofino."
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you know what? Our tourists it's unreal, and I don't know if it's because I'm a coffee
I know.
shop.
I heard one time, Ruthie, you posted something and you had to take it down because people were reacting to your post about the tourists during COVID. Remember that?
But we get so many. Like it is crazy, and I think they Google coffee. People want the little guy. They want to support the little guy.
Yeah.
I know myself. Whenever we travel, I always go to the little restaurants, the neat little niche
Mhm.
things. But we're busy. It's tourists all day.
Oh yeah.
I'm always stunned in our store because we're really
Yeah.
the content of our store markets to the local consumer, but we have tourists.
But you have neat
constantly.
things,
Mhm.
right? You do.
Yeah.
It's not just your regular old kitchen gadgets. You've got great gifting things, and that
Yeah.
helps, right? And it's like us bringing in retail. It's made a huge difference. But
That's
people
wonderful.
want, you're traveling. You want to. I go to all the little stores when I'm traveling. I love to shop. My
Well, I
husband
check out
hates
all the
it,
kitchen
but I love
stores
it.
'cause I want to know what everybody else is selling.
Yeah.
So aside from these two, Leona, what has your experience been with dealing with businesses in the uptown? From a banker's perspective.
Yeah, so the company I work for really promotes small business. We have a small business account manager who specifically deals with those small businesses.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Gives them great advice, right? So that focus on small business is important. When we did the $50 a day for all of our staff, our regional president for BC came online and said, hey,
Wow.
listen, spend the money at small businesses. We need to keep them open. If we don't
What
support
did
them,
you
they're
do?
going to be gone.
I don't know about this.
Oh yeah, so we
Surprise.
yeah,
Okay.
we were
Tell us
actually
about it.
paid for a couple months, $50 a day for being open at the beginning of COVID. And so the president for BC came on board and he said, you need to support small businesses. Here's some money to help. And please think about supporting small business. When we have,
Wow.
leadership meetings, our dinners are paid for. Please go to the small business and spend your money there. If you don't spend it now, they're not going to make it through COVID. So that focus on small business is really important. In Canada, if we didn't have small business, our economy
Yes,
would
exactly.
be gone, right? Here in Port Alberni, small business
It's the
drives and
backbone
runs.
of the economy of
Yeah.
any community.
Absolutely, and it's a very important piece for sure.
So, personally, what has your experience been with business owners, aside from these two, of course? Because you
Oh,
love
yeah.
them. I already know
Yeah, I
you love
that.
these two.
Yeah, well, I met the lady Jen from the spa business that had their opening yesterday. Phenomenal, so exciting, so energetic, so proud of her business. It's exciting
She made
to
me
go into
so
those.
excited that I can go on my lunch break and have a facial or a massage. I'm
Right?
like, yeah,
And reasonable too.
I know.
Like-
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like I am so excited, and I'm not the only business owner excited because the health food store girl too. We were both on board with going to get started on our break.
Well, it's like that. So I try to go
A
into all
great
businesses.
addition to the wonderful Alberni
Oh, I love
Valley
it, yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And I think there's just down the hill a little further is a vintage store that just opened. Yeah,
Okay, I don't know about this.
Ah.
So where's this?
it is. It's on the corner of Johnson and the road out to Tofino. What's that road called?
Oh, you're talking about the old Riverbend store. That one?
No.
No,
down
I
by the
haven't been
harbor.
in
That
there
is
yet.
beautiful.
But it's
I
on.
haven't been
It's
there
right
yet
on
either.
Johnson.
Okay, I
Very
haven't
close
seen it yet.
to the restaurant right on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Just in a little bit, and it's a vintage store. So she is
Ooh.
so excited. I met her. She's so passionate, and I think for me, that's what drives me to go to small business. Is that these are everyday people, and they're so passionate about what they
Mhm.
do, and
I
they
gotta
give
know
great
what this
service.
Is. You need
Oh,
to
yeah.
hook me up because I'm all about vintage
Oh.
stuff.
And she's
Yeah, that makes
she's
a question now,
lovely, so-
Carla. How do you, in a matter of speaking, stay on top of like new businesses coming in, and is there a way that you
Well, I hear a lot about
Or
new
do you use your
businesses
connection
because
with the,
I'm on the board
chamber?
at the
Yeah.
chamber. So I do hear about all the businesses that are coming. We always encourage them to join the chamber.
But what if they don't?
Well, we
Then
still
you're not aware
support
of
them.
them.
They're busy. Well, no, it's word of mouth. I mean, we're
Yeah.
a small town. It's
Yeah.
not like I didn't know about that, but I can't wait.
But
But I think that especially us in the uptown, when new businesses are in the uptown, we know we
Mhm.
are like,
Mhm.
Chris, did you hear about this? Or, you know, like, we know, right?
You see the renovations underway and you go, what's going in there? Where can we get the scoop?
And we want to support them,
Mhm.
right? And invite them and just, so there's no, nothing
at the
gets
risk
by
of being
us.
at the risk of being a little controversial, are there businesses that you won't support?
No,
Okay.
not that I would talk about.
Okay.
I am a firm believer in supporting all businesses, even businesses like my own. So you were just talking about Riverbend Store. So excited for Wish. I can't wait. I have been busy, but we are going to Tofino tomorrow and I will be stopping there on my way
Oh, there
out.
you go.
Super excited for them. Like, yes, we're both coffee shops, but like, hello, we have to support each other. What if I
There's
run out
enough
of
pie to share.
What if I run out of cups and I can't get them? Who am I gonna call but my competitor and say, hey, like, that's how it works. We all support each other. There's a restaurant in Uptown who quite often I'm lending things to and they're replacing things, and that's how it works. I just had a restaurant at the Key the other day, needed coffee cup sleeves. They don't use them, but they needed them for a catering job. Absolutely. Like,
That's
you
so
have to
refreshing
get
to
along.
hear. Like in back in the day, it's all about cutthroat business, but now it's
No.
different now, right?
No.
That's not the way to go.
No, and for us, it's always about the customer.
Mhm.
So if we don't have what they need and we think they can get it somewhere else, we send them somewhere else.
Well,
Or
that's
we
what I
make
do
a phone
somewhere
call.
else. I send
Yes.
it to you.
Yes. And we send them to you.
Well, somebody was looking for ice cream today. Of course, I sent them to the Harbor Key. That's what you do. And I told them there's two great places down there. Like, if one's closed, the other one is always open. And, you know, like, you have to support each other. It's so important.
They say a symbiotic environment.
Yeah.
Right? A
Absolutely.
relationship. That if we're going to survive, we have
And
to
that's the
stick
way
together.
to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like the crab mentality, like pulling each other down to get on top of each other, but pushing each other up.
I mean, I shop on the other side of town too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do. I go get my nails done on the other side. I got a pedicure in my nails yesterday. Like, I do support every small business in
Yes.
Port Alberni. I don't care if you're uptown, downtown, Northport, Southport. I
That
will
was
support
part of
you.
Alberni.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
our
safe to
value,
say that
our
the
community.
business environment and the economic environment in Port Alberni as a whole is like a wonderful environment to be in, to be a part of, right?
I think so. We've seen nothing but growth in the 6 years that I've owned our business. We added a secondary store
Yeah.
that the community didn't have. They had little pockets of the things that we sell in places. The support we've garnered has just been fantastic.
So looking to the future, like what else do we need? Like what other businesses would you like to see come up? Starting with the Uptown, of course.
I
heard there's a big development in near that parking lot. near Zellers.
Hopefully new apartments or condos going in.
Mhm.
I would love to see a craft store up here.
Yeah.
It's funny how many crafters we get looking for things to make homemade soaps, or and we're selling silicone candy things for them to make their soaps out of, or silicone ice cube trays to make their soaps out of. We really need a craft store, but once again, you have to support it.
Mhm.
You have to support these businesses. If you have a customer come in and they say, "Oh, Port Alberni has nothing," well, they can't develop their business if people won't support them. They need that support. So I was so excited when the bookstore came.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
fabulous.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just had, like I was telling these guys earlier, I had birthday parties. The kids had birthday parties. We've had enough birthday parties to last me a lifetime. Now we have more. But I bought every kid a gift card for the bookstore. What a great idea. You're giving them something to learn.
Yeah.
They can pick out their own book. I mean,
They sell puzzles.
It's amazing. I love it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. I did that. I gave my entire family a gift card in their stocking.
yeah.
And I'm an avid reader, so and you can go online and order from them. And my last order, they said it would be 3 weeks for my book to come in, and that's the way it works. 3 days later, I get an email that says my book's in and ready to pick up.
Well, and they're knowledgeable because
Yes.
when we got our children, of course they came with trauma, and I needed books to explain to them about what's happening in their life. I went in there, and the man in there, I don't remember his name, but right away he gave me a list. He ordered them all. A week later, he had them. I picked them up. Like, I didn't know what I was looking for. Just, he's amazing.
I think at our anniversary, so our 75th anniversary, at the bank, I made up a basket, and what I decided to do was spend the money all in the Uptown.
Yes.
So I went to all the merchants,
Yeah.
and 12 of them, and I bought $30 to $60 approximately worth of gift cards and put this basket together, and that was really well received, and especially the person who won, she was ecstatic. But you know that it's a different mindset, right?
Mhm.
It's like, what can I do to support businesses here, and then move forward with that.
So what else can we do aside like encouraging people to shop and you know, instead of going straight to Johnson, take the the Alberta. What is that road? Because you turn left going to Uptown and you go straight to Johnston.
Down Johnson turns River
Third.
Road. Where you turn left is Gertrude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Now
Stamp.
you're coming
and then
down,
Third.
like there's the visitor center,
Yes.
and you take a left
That's
there.
our highway.
Yeah, there's the one highway, you're at the V there, is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
You stick to the right or you go left? I
Yeah.
think it's the new highway and the old highway, I don't know. That's the
But-
problem when you live in a town, you don't,
I think
By
nowadays
landmarks
with
and-
the
It's sort of like
Google,
the
people
going
just
left is
look
Route
for what they want.
66. Or something like that.
So people Google what they want nowadays. It's not like the old days where you had to look for stuff and pull out a map. And
Yeah.
people Google it, and it's all right there. And the visitor center is great. They have a map that has everything on it, and it'll show you clearly that the Uptown has lots of great businesses.
Okay.
I think that it's an adventure. It's an experience.
Yeah, to
Coming
discover things.
Yeah.
coming up to Uptown, it is an experience, right?
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of everything for everybody, and so that's why I love being here, and I love working in that environment and working with you guys. It is an experience, and it's great to support people.
So aside from your market and does the Uptown group have a Facebook page that promotes
We do.
stuff?
So we have the Uptown page, and I run that, and I share posts daily, all about like if somebody's having a sale or they post something, I share it if I see it. If I don't see it, I just ask. There's some Uptown merchants, for some reason I don't see their business posts, and they just message me their post and I share it. So
Mhm.
all day long there's different things being shared. But yeah, and anything that's going to happen in the Uptown, we'll share it to that page.
Okay. How about like some sort of like an awards event from the Uptown, like awarding the businesses, the local businesses?
That would be something fun to do at our Christmas party. Just
that
Right.
would be something,
Right?
that's a great idea.
yes.
Yeah, Uptown Award.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Uptown Merchant Award or something like that.
that's a
Right.
fabulous
That is a
idea.
fun idea. We may have to do that.
talk about that.
Because
yeah.
I definitely think this Christmas we need to have another Uptown
Yeah, it boosts
gathering. It
morale.
was so
and,
nice
you know,
to see.
encourages
I met people. There was a taco place at the Harbor Key that I'd never been to.
Oh,
and
fabulous.
Just was so the staff that came to the Uptown party when we had it was just so nice. The man that owns it, that John and I love it. Anytime we don't have the kids on a Friday night, we are there for fajitas. Like that is our favorite
Oh.
place.
They make the best fish tacos too, just
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh.
And that's
Down on
another
the Harbor Key?
business. Yes,
Okay.
and that's another business that supports local. They come in and quite often are buying things from us to use in their
Mhm.
restaurants. We have a lot of restaurants that do.
In the restaurant you're speaking of, do they serve margaritas?
They do.
Yes.
Tequila Tuesdays or something?
I don't know. I missed it on Tuesday. But it's nice that everybody supports. Like we buy
Mhm.
our meat from the
The
butcher shop.
butcher shop, yeah.
And you know, why not?
Yeah.
If I can get nice bacon, we cook the bacon, you could smell it in the cafe. I'm not gonna go buy thin, crispy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's
Packaged
just
stuff.
yeah. We support each other.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we're all small businesses. We don't have a lot of employees other than the major
Yeah.
guys up here like the banks, and they're having employee problems, so we won't even go there.
Well, I was applying, but no, I got booked already.
So it was really nice to have this Christmas party because when you have 2 or 3 staff or 1 or 2 staff, last Christmas it was myself and Myra, and that was it.
Mhm.
It
You
was
don't
a
wanna have
tough
staff
year.
party.
Yeah, you can't. It's not much of a
A
party.
staff
but
party for two.
it's for 2, yeah. Several bottles of wine and I don't know what else. But it was a really nice
Yeah.
event, and we went to a restaurant that was new in this
Yeah.
area.
And so we'll do it again. We'll pick a different restaurant, of course, because we want to share in the.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Spread
it
the
was
joy. Spread the
it was
will.
great. Yeah, I may even do a summer one too, just because it was so nice.
And you said you're going to be extending your hours this Christmas? in your cafe?
Well, we start extending our hours June. We go to summer
Okay.
summer hours. So in June we stay open Thursdays and Fridays till 7. And then in July and August, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday till 7. Or till 8 Wednesdays and Thursday, Friday till 7.
Okay. So is there any other cafe in the uptown area
Yes.
aside from yours?
We have lots. Yeah, we have
Okay.
a cafe bakery in the uptown, and then when you go farther to the quay, there's more.
Okay,
places.
yeah. But by far, your kitchen and gifts is the only one in uptown, isn't it?
Yes. Pretty much the only one in Port Alberni.
Okay.
Same
yeah,
for our W.A.V.E linen side. And there are some smaller business that sell little bits and pieces here and there.
yeah. Mhm.
I have a great relationship with the folks down at the large furniture store off Johnson Road,
Mhm.
and very lovely couple too that took over family business. And they do sell some bedding, so when we don't have it, we send customers down there.
Oh,
But there's
that's nice.
nothing like when you open that, and I bought my first pair of expensive bed sheets. I'll never go back. I had to go buy a second pair. Like, the people don't know.
Yeah.
It, hands down.
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
I
The best.
bought lots of stuff.
Yes.
When I used to have an Airbnb, I was buying pillowcases and duvets
duvet
and,
covers,
and
oh,
comforters and bed sheets and all that stuff.
Well, I had one day that a client came in and she was visiting from Victoria, and she told me, I said, so what brings you to Port Alberni? And she said, I'm going to the kitchen store across the street. And I said, you drove from Victoria to go to
Yeah.
the kitchen store? She said, it's amazing. And I said, yes, it is. So it's amazing the impact, right, that you have in
Mhm.
small businesses here. You have a niche, and you fill that niche, and you have high quality products that attract people to come back. right?
Well,
From
and they
all
know
over
their
the
stuff
island.
Yeah,
because
for
the
sure.
small businesses take pride.
Yeah.
When we were getting married and I went and saw Chris, and I'm like, Kate, we're doing appetizers. Like, what can I do? She had like everything for me. You need this goes with this. This is how you make this. And yeah, like
Mhm.
you don't get that in a big box store.
Correct.
Nobody's going to tell you
Mhm.
you need this and it goes with this and you got to buy this. And yeah, it was perfect.
Well, we've had suppliers come and give us training,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we opened the new store with the W.A.V.E linens. We had to know
Mhm.
why this was a superior set of sheets and this was a superior duvet.
Yeah,
linen.
Like even when we did the ad for you, I remember like just a simple salt and pepper shaker, and she pointed out what was uniquely better, the quality of the.
Why she recommended that
Yeah,
one. Yes.
exactly. I mean, I've never heard that kind of approach before to just a simple salt and pepper shaker.
Well, we want people to have things that last.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with the motto that you buy better and not more, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
You buy
I like
less,
that
but
with
you
my
buy
clothes,
good
yeah.
quality.
It's
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
lasts forever.
Yeah. So
That's very
Investment.
important.
yeah,
We all love investments.
From what I've seen and what I've experienced, business owners and entrepreneurs are the most resilient, creative, and community-spirited people that I have known so far. And I'm just so fortunate to be a part of all this. All part of the wonderful Alberni Valley experience.
oh, look at your creativity and what you've created in this community since you came here.
Yeah, I know. I was inspired. Definitely inspired. And when people were asking, "Oh, you're selling your house? Are you leaving Port Alberni?" I said, "No, I'm just moving maybe to Cherry Creek or Beaver Creek or somewhere. I don't think I'll sell the house. We'll see what happens." Okay, so in closing, we're almost out of time. I'd like to throw it first to Leona to give some closing remarks and maybe invite people to come and visit the Uptown because there's lots happening here.
Sure, absolutely. I would highly recommend that you come to the Uptown. There is nothing more exciting and no better adventure that you can have than coming and supporting small business and seeing what we have to offer. Our community is vibrant and we're excited to have you.
All right, now I'll go to Chris to tell us about the myriad of the wonderful things that are happening in the Uptown area.
Well, the Alberni Valley as a whole has an amazing shopping experience, but the Uptown, we're really trying to create something different here, something a little more vintage, a little more funky, a little bit more of an experience when you come to this area. Right from the Harbor Quay up, down to the bottom of the hill, up to Mar Street. There's so many great shops, so many great shops, and you just have to come in, see the service, and you'll never look back.
Carol, I'll give it to you. before
Well,
I close everything?
I just want to remind everybody about the Uptown Market this year. And that it is every Wednesday night in July and August. And if you are interested, please contact me about a booth. If you are a musician that wants to play, also please contact me. We are very excited about it, and you don't want to miss it.
Without a doubt, small businesses are definitely a boom to any community, and they are practically the backbone of a country's economy. Small businesses, and the small businesses suffered a lot during the pandemic, but because of their resilience and their innovation and their creativity, they're here to stay, and they're all part of the wonderful Alberni Valley experience. We'll catch you next time on The Wave. Breaking news. Business owners who use video ads have shown growth of more than 50% over their competition. A well-produced video ad is just the thing that your business needs to take it to the next level. At W.A.V.E Productions, we have the right tools and resources to create, execute, and deliver the video ad that's right for your business. Click the link below to book a free consultation today.